Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lindsay with Lindsay's Plans, and today I'm going to give my thoughts on the book In the Garden of Beasts by Erik Larson. This one is pre-World War II Germany, which is a time period I read way too much about. But the time is 1933, the place Berlin, when William E. Dodd becomes America's first ambassador to Hitler's Germany in a year that proved to be a turning point in history. A mild-mannered professor from Chicago, Dodd brings along his wife, son, and flamboyant daughter, Martha. At first, Martha is entranced by the parties and pomp of the handsome young men of the Third Reich, with their infectious enthusiasm for restoring Germany to a position of world prominence. But as evidence of Jewish persecution mounts, confirmed by chilling first-person testimony, her father telegraphs his concerns to a largely indifferent State Department back home. Dodd watches with alarm as Jews are attacked, the press is censored, and drafts of frightening new laws begin to circulate. As that first year unfolds, the shadows deepen. The Dodds experience days full of excitement, intrigue, and romance, and ultimately horror when a climatic spasm of violence and murder reveals Hitler's true character and ruthless ambition. Suffused with the tense atmosphere of the period and with unforgettable portraits of the bizarre Göring and the expectedly charming yet wholly sinister Goebbels, In the Garden of Beasts lends a stunning eyewitness perspective on events as they unfold in real time, revealing an era of surprising nuance and complexity. The result is one of the major bestsellers of the year, a dazzling, addictively readable work that speaks volumes about why the world did not recognize the grave threat posed by Hitler until Berlin and Europe were awash in blood and terror. I really like Erik Larson's writing. This is the third, maybe fourth book of his I've read. I think it's the third, because I've read Thunderstruck, Devil in the White City, and I think that's it. He is more of a slow-paced writer because he is very, very well researched, very well articulated, and he does write in a narrative style, so he tells a story. He uses excerpts from letters, first-hand documents. He really, really builds the scene. This particular one, one of the things that I found very I knew about, but it brought more light to the American standpoint when it came to Hitler. I knew we were very hands-off until there was attacks on our soil, but I didn't realize how much that was fueled by domestic anti-Semitism, how basically there was more of a following of the thought pattern that maybe Hitler wasn't wrong in his feeling towards Jewish individuals. He did do, post-World War I, he put a lot of blame for Germany's loss on the Jewish population, blaming them for the fall of Germany. And he continued pushing and demonizing Jewish people, as we know, which led to the atrocity that was the Holocaust. The indifference and downright apathy the United States showed during the build up to that, when the writing on the wall was so poignant, so clear, was just mind-boggling. Like I said, I've read a lot of 1930s Germany, but this was the first one that showed the correspondence from Americans in Germany back to the United States government, and their downplaying what was building in Germany, and it was just appalling. Again, this isn't really a spoiler situation because this is nonfiction. There's specific details that probably aren't as widely known, but just a really I think another important read, but I also feel like a lot of pre-war World War II Germany stuff is very important, because there's a lot of stuff in there that we should be very well aware of, moves that were made, things that were said that we should be able to recognize when they resurface. And again, this was just another one of those. I feel a lot of pre-war Germany stuff is very, very important. This also, because of Dodds' daughter, Martha, there's threads of misogyny throughout, and how women who didn't bow to male authority, who were seen as promiscuous and enjoyed a more vibrant lifestyle, were looked down on. They were whispered about. There's some threads of, I'm trying to think of a better word to use, but like, there was some shaming of Martha for her physical endeavors when she was just a party girl. And that was shown both from Americans as well as the Germans. So there's just a lot of poignant historical threads as far as the climate, the mindset of the time period, and even sets a good stage as to how some of those tenets carried on post-war and are still very present in global societies today. And I mean, this book was written this book goes back to 2011. So I'd really like to see like an updated intro or thoughts that he would write about this based on certain aspects of the world today. So that's what I have on In the Garden of Beasts. So please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out, Girl Scout.